So today's video is going to be about why avoidants discard. And this process, if we can call this a process of discardment by avoidance, starts much, much earlier than you know it, and even that they know it. And once this process is over for them, it starts the same process in you. So yes, the same process that makes them discard is the same process that makes you get stuck. It's very counterintuitive, but this video is exactly about this. So the avoidant has a fear of dependency, and this fear is neurotic. Neurotic means formed based on the past experience and not related to the present reality. We are dependent in relationship only as kids. As adults, we're not dependent. We are influenced, yes. Your partner affects you, yes, but you are not helpless. The avoidant confuses influence and interdependence with dependence. So every time they feel another person's impact, it registers as helplessness and loss of power. They have this fear as if they are about to become helpless and lose any power. And here's where it gets really interesting. The avoidant doesn't even have access to this fear. And that's the essence of trauma. A feeling that was not processed, gets pushed out of conscious awareness, but it does not disappear. It runs in the background, it shapes choices, it shapes relationships, and in many, many ways, it shapes destiny itself. So here's an example how it does it. And it is, honestly, it is about to answer so many questions for you. But before, please hit that like button, share, subscribe, comment, because it's late night right now and I'm recording a video for you, which of course I love to do, but I really would like to hear your thoughts as well. So when we enter relationships, we do that through a defense mechanism called idealization. Healthy idealization is when the psyche uses an image of the future like a lighthouse. I idealize something, it motivates me to move toward it, but here is the important part. I can still check it against reality. In relationships, that means I see the best in someone in the beginning, and that draws me closer. But with the time, I also recognize their limits, their imperfections. Healthy idealization always ends in disappointment, but not disappointment in the person, as if they betrayed my hopes. Rather, disappointment in the idea that one person could ever satisfy all your needs and desires. And that shift, this cycle of idealization disappointment, is actually always a step toward maturity and real closeness. And that's why they say to fall in love with someone, you need to first fall out of love with them. What they really mean is that you go through this idealization disappointment cycle. So now watch how this gets distorted when there is unresolved feeling from the past, and how it turns into discard. This feeling, as we talked about, is neurotic, and because of that, this defense mechanism of idealization becomes neurotic too. So its goal shifts. Instead of helping with adaptation, it is organized now around this feeling. Neurotic idealization is when the mind doesn't even allow disappointment, because from the beginning, the idealization is really just protecting against a painful, unresolved feeling. Neurotic idealization doesn't end in disappointment, it ends in discard. The avoidant, when moving closer to someone, idealizes them as the partner with whom they will never feel this fear again. So they see another person as someone who offers them intimacy without threatening their independence. But as the relationship deepens, this fear inevitably resurfaces. With little conscious access to it, the fear gets projected onto the partner. It's not me who is afraid of being influenced, it's you who is demanding. And this kind of idealization doesn't lead to growth. It ends in devaluing the partner. And here is another example. Here is how narcissistic dynamic works, because a lot of people confuse a narcissist with avoidance. The narcissist lives with a background sense of shame, but has little, again, no conscious contact with it, similar how avoidants don't have a contact with their fears. They try to escape this shame by finding a partner who seems like they could save them from it. So they idealize the partner as the one who will make sure they never have to feel shame again. That's why in the beginning they actually usually choose really good partners. But as intimacy grows, they inevitably come to contact with their shame. Since they can't face it directly, the shame gets projected onto the partner. It's not me who is unworthy, it is you. And instead of healthy disappointment, the process again ends in devaluation. And here it gets even more interesting, because guess when neurotic idealization gets turned on for the anxious attachment style? Their idealization is different. It's antiphobic. It works to shield them from fear and rejection through idealizing the partner. And it gets set off by moments of rejection, abandonment, or any relationship that doesn't feel secure. This is why when another person doesn't respond, for someone securely attached, it signals the end of relationship. Because relationships are always about mutual effort. But for a person prone to this kind of idealization, it marks the beginning of love. So signs of idealization, it's the thoughts that sound like this: I will never meet anyone like them, or they were perfect for me, even if I was not perfect for them. Idealization shows up when I keep hoping to get something in a place where my needs are not actually being met, but I keep trying anyway. So as you can see, we just discussed two types of idealization. And there is also a reason why avoidants or narcissists, if they come to therapy at all, usually come to therapy much later in life. It has to do with the way their defense mechanisms work. These defenses can make them feel stronger, even superior to others, as if they win in the triumph over their fear of dependency, instead of moving toward closeness. But because the desire for closeness is suppressed and remains unsatisfied, underneath it all, they live with the constant background sense that something vital is missing. So what do you do with this? Especially if you notice your own idealization turning on the moment you're rejected or scared because you feel the immediate discomfort of it. DM me the word transform to sign up for a free call so we can discuss your goals, including how quickly you can break free from idealization. Don't waste any time of your life thinking about someone that actually doesn't even exist, because idealization is when you don't see another person, you're really in relationship with the fantasy, not a real person. Or DM me the word idealization and I'll send you a guide, some steps that you can take already today to break free from it. And as always, I look forward to seeing you in my next video.